Hello. Welcome to Mentoring with the Masters. My name is Jennifer Kirkendall. I'm the Third Circuit representative for the Young Lawyers Division Board of Governors. Today, I have the pleasure of introducing Elaine Silver. Today, Elaine is going to speak to us about collaborative. Elaine, welcome.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here.
Excellent. Let's dig right into this. How does one become a collaborative lawyer?
Collaborative practice is the anti-litigation. Collaborative practice is a peaceful road to resolution that lawyers are adopting primarily in divorce, but also in all kinds of civil matters, especially where people have a continuing relationship that they want to protect.
How do you get collaborative cases to come through the door?
Well, you don't get collaborative cases, you make them. And so first you have to be trained to be a collaborative lawyer, and the way to do that is to go to the International Association of Collaborative Practitioners, to go to the statewide Florida Council of Collaborative Family Lawyers, and most important, to join the local group of collaborative divorce lawyers, of which there are about 10 throughout Florida now.
Elaine, could you tell us the nuts and the bolts of the collaborative process? How does it actually work?
The collaborative process works by engaging a team, an interdisciplinary team in the divorce context, where each client has their own lawyer. And we also bring in a neutral financial professional and a neutral mental health professional. That team enters into a written participation agreement in which everybody promises to work together respectfully, privately, confidentially, towards shared interests, to get away from positional bargaining.
Are there rules that need to be followed in the collaborative process?
There are rules. We have rules and protocols. In fact, there's a uniform collaborative law which has been adopted in about 10 states, not yet in Florida, but soon we hope. There are administrative rules in many of the circuits in Florida. And those rules are what protect the parties in the confidentiality, in assuring that there will be that the process will be open and transparent, and ensuring that there is full and fair disclosure, and that the interests of all are fully protected.
Elaine, what about confidentiality? Is that important in the collaborative process?
Absolutely. Unlike the court process, which as we know is public from the moment of filing, we're hearing horror stories lately of people who a divorce petition is filed and their spouses get mail from lawyers soliciting them as divorce clients. What a horrible way to find out that you're being divorced. How awful for children if they were to open that envelope. In contrast, collaborative, the parties agree up front that this will be confidential between them and that there may not be a filing until after the whole matter is settled. And even when there is a filing, the courts have been very cooperative about protecting parties' privacy so that all that data isn't out there on the web in our day of concern about privacy and the web.
Does collaborative have uses in addition to divorce?
Absolutely. While divorce is the first place that it started because there's so clearly that interest in creating the new family, in restructuring so that people can have a continuing positive relationship for the sake of their children and themselves, even when there are no children. For any litigation context in which people have that same interest in preserving relationships, estates and trusts, breakdown of business partnerships between suppliers and vendors, just to name a few, there is a great opportunity to help people with collaborative. Another place that collaborative can be really helpful is those people who don't necessarily have a remedy in the courthouse. I'm thinking of we have no common law marriage in Florida. I'm thinking of couples who have lived together, perhaps have children together, have assets together. When those relationships dissolve, they don't have a place to go in court. Same-sex couples, similarly, have no place to go in court to dissolve their relationships. So there are lots of places that collaborative can be extremely valuable to people.
Elaine, is there anything else you would like to add about the collaborative process?
I just think it's important for people to know that they can be fully protected, that their goals and interests can be maintained. We talk about kindergarten rules in the collaborative process, where people really do, instead of focusing on the past, instead of focusing on the anger, instead of focusing on the hurt, instead of focusing on how awful each spouse was to the other, This is the opportunity to reinvent their family, to create a positive story for their children, so that when life goes on, as it will, people can normalize the divorce so that it doesn't just have to be a horrible memory, but that there can be some positive to the beginning of this family restructuring.
That's all very useful information, Elaine. Thank you so much for joining us here today.
You're quite welcome.